Hi everyone, meteorologist Rusty Dawkins with Channel 8 KLKN out of Lincoln, looking for some snowfall. And I think this time, north central and northwestern Nebraska seems to have the best chance. Now, the entire state does have a chance, but we're a day or two out, so make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to have another update tomorrow to show the latest models, because right now we only have the long range and the middle range models. The short range models come tomorrow, and that's when we start to get a really good idea of what's going to happen. If you remember last time, if you were following along, the short range models actually showed a decent amount of snow for southeast Nebraska, and they turned out to be right. I didn't believe them because it's been over 2 years since we've actually seen some snowfall in southeast Nebraska, so it was hard to trust them. They were right, so maybe they'll be right this time, so we'll keep an eye on that. But now the middle range and the long range. Here's the first long range model we have, and putting this into motion, you're going to notice that much of the northern fringes of Nebraska has the best chance for heavy snowfall. In fact, over here you're looking at anywhere from Yankton to about a foot of snow from O'Neill to Ainsworth to Valentine, and then over towards Shattern and Gordon, 10 to 12 inches, and then it tapers off the further south you go. So Lincoln, Beatrice, Nebraska City, and Omaha, 2 inches or less, and then 2 to 3 to 4, and then the further north you get, you're looking at quite a bit in the way of precipitation, snowfall. Look at that, 6 to 8 to 9, to then you're 10 and 12. So that's model number one. Model number two, similar. The more precipitation this time is in northwest Nebraska and north central Nebraska as well, and then it tapers off as you get towards Lincoln at 2 inches, less than an inch from Nebraska City to Beatrice, and then your 12 to 15s in north central Nebraska. Valentine, which has seen a ton of snow already this year, could get walloped again. Now these are the mid-range models. This is they don't. The long range looks the furthest out, 10 to 14 days. The mid-range looks about 5 to 7. So these are a little bit more detailed, and here's what model number 3 is showing. Interesting, a couple of swaths here. This is what I think of as rain trying to take away from some of the snowfall, but when you see the darker blues, like from Hastings to Columbus, how there's that stripe, that's where it might be just cold enough, and the models are picking up on cold surges of air further south, so you get those little spikes going further south where cold air is more expected. That doesn't always play out, but that's what that means. And then the northern fringe, again, along that South Dakota-Nebraska border, that's where the highest amount is, and then the further south you go, the less potential is. But again, Lincoln and York, 2 inches or less, 3 inches or less. So just about every model so far is saying some sort of snowfall does make it further south. It's just not going to be as abundant as the northern fringes of Nebraska. So this is the last model we're going to look at, the second middle-ranged model, and exactly the same. You're looking at north central and northwest Nebraska with the higher amounts, and under half an inch in Lincoln, less than an inch Beatrice, Nebraska City, York, and then the further north and the further west you go, the higher you get. So that's where everything is lining up right now. So this is kind of what I have. I've got that swath of 12 inches from Shattern, Valentine over towards north of O'Neill, then that big swath right there of 8 to 12 inches, and then 4 to 8, and it tapers off to about 1 to 2 from Omaha, Lincoln, all along Interstate 80 until you get towards North Platte, where that changes over. So if there's going to be travel issues along Interstate 80, it's likely going to be along and west of North Platte. So that's something we'll keep an eye on. But again, it's fairly early. We're getting closer, though. We've got one more day, even a day, and well, tomorrow's Tuesday, so Tuesday night into Wednesday is when this is going to happen. So we'll do another one tomorrow, and that'll probably be the last one for this storm. But right now it looks like the heaviest snow north and northwest. But that's the updates I have for you right now. If you want, subscribe, and we'll have more updates very soon.